Okay guys, the Blackberry Key 2. A friend of ours wanted the international version with dual SIMs. We got it for him, but we wanted to check it out for ourselves. So that's the one that we got here today. The dual SIM functionality is pretty awesome, but the Blackberry Key 2 itself, well, that's a different story. Let's check it out right after this intro. Roll it. The Blackberry Key 2, TCL's successor to the not-so-great Key 1. Like all smartphones nowadays, the Key 2 comes with the same bells and whistles in the box. The phone itself, a wall adapter, a USB-C cable, headphones, and of course, the instruction booklet with a SIM card tool inside. I was a bit disappointed when I opened up the Key 2. It didn't include any plastic covering on the screen itself. Not a deal breaker, but kind of feels like BlackBerry was slacking off. Not a great start. Looks wise, this thing is beautiful. I haven't used a phone with a keyboard since the BlackBerry Curve. I, for one, am not a big fan of physical keyboards. I mean, it's 2018. Most of us can fluidly formulate sentences in record time on a touchscreen phone. With swipe gestures, it's much easier. So it took me a little bit of getting used to the physical keyboard. I'm sure for anyone looking to buy this phone, they're already fluent with BlackBerry's physical keyboard style. If you aren't, don't go back. It's not really worth it. As for the rest of you, you'll probably love the way it's designed. The keyboard isn't awful by any means. It's tactile and responsive. And now that it offers touch gestures on the keyboard itself, that's pretty damn cool. You can move through the home screen by just swiping on the keyboard. I like that. Not to mention, there is a fingerprint scanner hidden in the spacebar and a universal shortcut key on your keyboard to launch different apps. So for example, if I wanted email, I can hit the convenience key and E. You can map it to any key that you want based on your personal preference. So this device is rocking Android 8.1. It's not the most recent version as of August 2018, but it's very close. I always kept saying if BlackBerry can make an Android phone with a physical keyboard, that would be the most ideal solution for BlackBerry fans. BlackBerry users can finally join in with a whole slew of Android apps available to them on the Google Play Store without having to sacrifice the physical keyboard and device security. That's a win in my books. The device is packed with a 4.5-inch IPS LCD display with Gorilla Glass 3. On the bottom of the device, we have a USB-C connector with bottom-firing speakers that aren't great. They sound pretty tinny at full volume, but the call quality on this device is awesome. I could hear the person on the other end with crystal clarity. The right side has a convenience key, which you can map to an application of your choice. A power button with a rougher texture so you can easily distinguish it from the rest, and of course the volume up and down keys. On the top, we just got the lone headphone jack and a microphone. Finally, on the left hand side, we have what houses the SIM and the micro SD tray. One thing to note on the dual SIM version of this phone, you can't have a micro SD card in the secondary slot if you're having a second SIM card. I love the back texture of the device. It provides a lot of grip and feels great in the hand. That protruding camera, however, I'm not a fan. I can see this getting scratched up pretty easily over time. The display has a resolution of 1620 by 1080. It's definitely not terrible, but it's far from the likes of other top smartphone manufacturers in the market in terms of pixel density. I'm not a fan of the brightness, and in direct sunlight, it's not great at all. You can barely see it. It is, however, a decently sized display, and it looks like it's tailored more towards business than pleasure. I can easily one-hand this device, which is nice. Something that I could only dream of now as a Pixel 2 XL owner. The battery life was decent. At 3500 milliamps, it performed much better than my Pixel XL 2. I was able to get through a full day without having to recharge it, but that's probably due to its smaller display size and its lower pixel density. If you came here to check out the camera, I have no idea what you were waiting for. Okay, it's not terrible at all, but it's not flagship caliber. Equipped with a dual 12 megapixel camera with a 2x optical zoom, it can take some pretty decent pictures compared to other BlackBerry devices. But it doesn't really stack up against the likes of the Pixel, the Galaxy, or even the iPhone lineup. That front-facing camera though, it's disgusting. Why would you put something like this in a 2018 premium flagship phone? Snapping the first couple selfies, I couldn't help but laugh at how poor the image quality was. They were grainy and blurry even with the slightest movement. If you check out the following samples I took with the dual camera, you can see the detail isn't all that great. In daylight, it's alright. Nothing mind-blowing, but where it suffers immensely is the low light shots. These were taken with HDR on, and I took a couple with flash just to see. Any movement was blurred. Not to mention, there was significant lag when snapping pictures. And don't get me started on third-party apps. Snapchat, for example, had several issues trying to focus when you zoomed in. So, Snapchat users, you might want to stay away for now. The Blackberry is equipped with a Snapdragon 660. That's kind of pathetic for a 2018 flagship. But okay, maybe the processor isn't the best, but what about the 6 gigs of RAM, you say? Yeah, it makes a difference for apps running in the background, but performance still stutters and lags at times. Not all the time, and it's not enough to warrant throwing your device against the wall in frustration, but it's noticeable. Playing games work for the most part, but I did still find it dropping frames at times. This phone is definitely nothing special. Compared to other flagships on the market, this has a slower processor, a lower pixel density screen with old scratch-resistant technology, and to top it all off, a set of cameras that are typically found in mid-range devices. The only distinguishing and redeemable feature is the physical keyboard, and even that can get frustrating to use over time. So would I recommend this product at its current price point in 2018? Absolutely not. Loyal Blackberry fans shouldn't be subjected to paying a premium price for a less than premium device. If you're a current Blackberry user in the market for Blackberry's latest and greatest, I would suggest maybe holding off, at least for a couple of months. I can guarantee you this thing is going to be discounted in no time. I mean, if I can get this at about $500 outright, that wouldn't be so bad. It's a solid and reliable phone, but it's not a flagship. The 64GB model is $889 Canadian on Amazon as of August 2018. That's terrible. Well guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed our video and I hope you got something out of it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button as well too, along with that notification bell so you don't miss another video. Let us know your thoughts on the Blackberry Key 2 down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. I'm Jared the Tech Avenger. Don't forget, when it comes to tech, the Tech Avengers are there. We got your back.